I think there were a lot of people on this 2 million person subreddit who thought it was very funny that a struggling, maybe failing mall-based retailer was surging in the markets.
Kate, where does that leave us, and what kind of precedent does it set when you can see that kind of a leap of virology from memes to actual short squeezes?
Yeah, right. GameStop is the latest example. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Kate.
Carl, it's the latest example of what we've seen happening this year. You have names like Hertz, stocks that have gone haywire on forums like Reddit and Twitter, despite any fundamentals. So this is really the latest symptom of something we've seen for the past year, and it comes alongside a record new number of accounts opened on all the major brokerage firms. And if you talk to the CEOs of companies like Robinhood, Square, SoFi, they're very proud of that. And they're democratizing finance, opening up the market to a whole new group of people. This is really the other side of that. And they don't like to be associated with the Reddit traders, Wall Street bets, and what's going on with some of the even harassment on here that you see against sort of villainizing these short sellers. It's something that the smaller brokerage firms really like to separate themselves from.
Cecilia, this seems to me like the tick-tocking of Wall Street. I mean, this isn't about the company itself so much as it's about entertainment, right? And people being willing to pay for that entertainment, kind of like they're paying to see a stand-up or go into a comedy club. But there are potentially billions of dollars of investor dollars on the line here. I wonder what's the broader message about where we are as a culture when this happens to a stock?
That's a great question. There's a lot of power in organization online. So 2 million people can get together in a subreddit, think it's really funny that the GameStop stock is going up, and just affect the market in that way. There's 20,000 people live in a Discord who are spamming, rocket emojis, yelling, "Go to the moon." And the, collective action here really can put its thumb on the scale and tip things in a direction that is quite unexpected.
One thing I have to ask, Kate, in all of your reporting on this is what happens now? You mentioned various other examples of stocks that have been bought up in a similar fashion, but what's happening with GameStop does seem different. It does seem perhaps like a tipping point when you add in the fact that there's been all this harassment around it. What's going to end this?
There's a couple different theories. I spoke to a finance professor from Georgetown this morning who said that the SEC likes to look into things that make headlines. GameStop, Hertz, all of these stocks have certainly caught the attention of the media and the broader financial world. And as far as what the SEC will do, it really has to do with whether or not they're actually moving these stocks. And they say they'll likely look at who is actually buying and selling, and if it's some sort of momentous event where they are actually spreading disinformation on Reddit. If they can prove that, that is really where the issue would lie, and if the SEC would look into it. And if nothing else, they all say that this will be a business school case study at some point down the road.
There's no doubt about that. And Cecilia, I mean, I don't know if your beat is, I think your beat is gaming, really, which is sort of poetic, because we're basically seeing, because of so much liquidity, excess savings, everything we've been through in the past year, this commingling of the stock market as a game is something that is culturally important.
Yes, it is. A lot of people are using the app Robinhood, for example, to trade GameStop stock. And Robinhood, it has a tagline, choose your own venture, like choose your own adventure. There's also this sort of like gamification of trading options. It's very accessible now. And I think the app actually crashed yesterday. I can't say whether that was trading of GameStop, but I think it's a very interesting correlation.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.